Here we have a completed day class that we are going to modify and enhance with a few things. First, we're going to modify the initializer to add default values for the day, the month, and the year. The way to do that is in the function definition line of the initializer. I'm going to add 1 as the default for the day. I'm going to add January as the default for the month. Be careful because the month is a string. And I'm going to add 2014 as the default for the year. Okay. Now that we've done that, everything else will work fine, except if we don't specify those parameters, then they will default to those values that we've just set. We're going to skip down to the main block to create New Year's Day 2014. New Year's Day 2014 is a day, and because it's the 1st of January 2014, we don't need to specify anything because Python will automatically create the 1st of January 2014. Then we create our own birthdays. In my case, it is a day, needs 14, a February, and a 1986. Here we specify all the parts of a day. Then we create the first day of classes in the winter term of 2014, which was January 6th. Now January 6th is going to need a day, because the day is not the same. Is going to need a 6, but then it doesn't need a month and it doesn't need a year. Arguments populate parameters in order, so 6 is going to go to day, and there's going to be no more arguments left to fill month and year, so Python will take the default month and the default year for the day class. So this day of class will be the 6th of January 2014. Now to create Canada Day, this is going to be a little bit tricky because the defaults we'd like to use are the day and the year, but not the month. We'd like to change the month. If we went in order and just said July here, July would try to populate the first parameter, which was day, and that would not work. Thankfully, we can specify which parameter we want to set July to, like this. So the default for day and year will be used, but month will be set to July. Finally, we're going to modify the schedule event method to check if two events overlap before they're scheduled. And in fact, we're going to change what this method returns. It used to return nothing, and now it's going to return a Boolean. If event overlaps with existing event, return false. And schedule new event on this day and return true to indicate that the scheduling has been successful. And if the event overlaps with an existing event, then return false. And don't change anything. This will still happen, but only after we make sure that this event does not overlap with any other events scheduled that day. How to do that? For every event, we're going to check if this event overlaps with new event. And if it does, we're going to return false. If that entire loop finishes and we haven't returned false, that means none of the events we have scheduled already are overlapping with new event, and so we can schedule new event by appending it into the events list of this day.